Good afternoon or good morning, depending on what time you are tuning into this presentation. This is a recorded session to inform youth and parents about the Beach Teen Leadership Summit. You are welcome to tune in to this video to learn about the camp opportunity, or if you just recently found out that you have been accepted to the Beach Teen Leadership Summit. This is also a great place to learn a little bit about the acceptance package that you have received or will receive, to learn a little bit more. But again, this is just an insight, and we hope that it helps provide you with some more details about this camp. Introductions. I do want you all to be aware about the 4-H military partnership team who is putting this camp on at the University of Georgia level. Dr. Casey Mole is our Extension 4-H specialist and 4-H military coordinator. He is our leader of this team and has been leading these camps for several years now. Miss Marilyn Huffwaller has worked alongside Dr. Casey Mole for several years as the logistics coordinator and assistant to Dr. Casey Mole. Stacy Wilson is new to the team, and she is our Extension 4-H accounting assistant. She helps us with anything money, which I'm glad that she handles that part. And I'm also new to the team on the 4-H military camping side for the University of Georgia. My name is Laura Goss, and I will be your presenter today. And I'm working this year in helping coordinate the camps. Beach Teen Leadership Summit. That is the camp session that we'll be discussing today, but the University of Georgia 4-H Military Partnership does put on several camps, including our camps at Wauseega 4-H Center and the Chile camp location. This camp will be occurring July 15th to the 20th of 2018, so coming up quickly. Adult arrival is going to happen one day prior to the youth getting there. That allows us to do some training with the adults, prepare for youth arrival, and get some time to know our many volunteers coming from across the nation. This will be occurring on Jekyll Island, which is kind of the southeast side of the state. It is a barrier island to Georgia. And we have had the camp here, or the Jekyll camp has been on Jekyll for many, many years now and is managed currently by the Jekyll Island Authority, and the operator is Georgia 4-H. If you need to reach us to ask any questions about this camp or any of our other camps, we do have a joint email that is millcamps@uga.edu. Miss Marilyn, Dr. Casey, or myself will be responding to your questions via that email address, and we're happy to assist you, whether that's filling out the application, questions on arrival, or any concerns that you might have. Pre and post camp, we ask that you use our State 4-H office to get in contact with us. And then during camp, we will not be at the State 4-H office. So if you have questions, there is a Google Voice number that you can have, and we're going to be including this in the acceptance packages, but if you want to go and write it down, you can, but it will be included later in some forms that you will get in several locations. A Google Voice number allows you to call one person, or to have one phone number, but to actually reach out to several people. So if Dr. Casey cannot answer the phone for whatever reason, I will be available and I can answer that phone call. And then also, I have included my personal cell phone number here. I ask that you use that only after you've called the state office and the Google Voice number, and this should be occurring during camp itself. We want you to know that we're here to support you, that we care about your youth members, and we want to be able to communicate to you as best as we can. While we're at camp, we ask that you don't just check in and see how Laura's doing. We ask that it's really for emergency purposes that you communicate with us. We always like to say that good news is, good things are happening if you're not hearing anything from us. So that's always good. And throughout the presentation, you're going to see some great pictures of Jekyll Island and some of the camping activities that will be occurring. We are very thankful for our partnership with the Air Force Services Activity Child and Youth Programs. We work very closely with the folks listed here on this screen, and we could not have these camps without these individuals and their team members that work with them. We are so fortunate to be able to provide this camp to military families at no cost, and a tremendous program at that too. So thank you so much to the Air Force Services Activity Child and Youth Programs. We ask that leading up to and after camp that you send them thank you letters saying thank you for this opportunity. Parents, we encourage you to also, maybe from the parent perspective, to write a thank you letter, but surely students that are selected should write thank you letters. And we, of course, just want you to be aware of how these camps are funded, and this is how. Just for your knowledge, this is our first year that we're hosting at Jekyll Camp for active duty participants in several years. This has not been a camping option in recent years. So this is going to be a unique experience to you all. So I really hope that you find this camp an enjoyable experience. Who will be working with youth? A very important thing to go over, in my opinion. We do screen all folks that work with youth, and that screening process includes a background check, 2 to 3 references per volunteer, a risk management training, and a pre-camp training on site as well. So who works directly with them? Military members and military spouses, and those could be retired or current. We have had several volunteers over the years who have served alongside us, repetitive years, and we could not do the camps without them. And some of our experienced volunteers bring a lot of knowledge and experience and will be helping lead some of our programming. But we also are taking on new volunteers yearly too, from military members or spouses. So if you know of anybody who is interested in volunteering, please share our MilCamp's email address, and I'll be happy to speak with them. Former and present 4-H camp counselors are also a great resource to us. They bring a lot of energy and camp experience to our team of folks working with youth. Passionate Georgia 4-H volunteers, these can be individuals who have, they volunteer at the local level at one of our counties like Lowndes or Lanier County, and then they also serve with us for a week for our military audience. And then lastly, we also use UGA Extension employees like our agriculture agents, our water agents, and our 4-H agents, and any other UGA employees that we might come across. So all of these individuals are trained and prepared to serve your youth while at camp. Additionally, I would like to highlight who will be leading some of our educational activities, and those are going to be trained on-site counselors. These counselors serve all summer. They get there right after college gets out in May, beginning of June, and then they serve throughout June and July as well. And so they're going to be leading classes like Marine class, Cumberland, you see in the picture, a bicycling class. And these counselors are super fun. They're students at either a university or technical college or pursuing some further education. They are all first aid certified, CPR certified, not CPA, and lifeguard certified as well. Medical services, we do have a nurse on site. We do have a trained certified nurse that will be 24 hours. If an emergency happens that a nurse cannot assist with, Southeast Georgia Health System of Brunswick campus, I believe, is our closest location. Jekyll Camp does have policies in place that we will follow on how to manage emergencies, and they are trained and will prepare us to handle our situations as needed. And then again, counselors are trained as well. Medication will be turned in at the start of camp to the camp nurse. So when you go in to register at our facility, you'll actually drop medicine off, get your name tag and water bottle and other resources. Nurse will administer and oversee the medicine, and if anything is given out, medicine is always logged, and any first aid handling is also logged as well. And this is a UGA standard that we like to follow. Special diets and allergies. I love that Jekyll Island on their website had a picture of cinnamon rolls. We have healthy food, but we also have really tasty food at camp. But if there is something that you cannot eat while you're at the 4-H center, please let us know. We ask that you don't show up the day of and say, hey, I'm allergic to milk. We ask that you actually let us know that and way in advance so that I can prepare the 4-H facility appropriately to best accommodate your child. And so if you have a special diet, an allergy, or even if it's a religious or another reason, please just let us know. On the medical release form, there's actually a spot in the middle on the first page. It's like in a big bold box, and it says, what are your allergies? In that section, please list anything that we need to be aware of, including food allergies or medicine allergies as well. And so we want to make sure that we are prepared for you. And so the medicine or the medical release form will actually be included in that initial youth acceptance package. Travel and flight coordination. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. It's about 3 or so slides. And this is because we understand that not everybody has flown before, or not everybody is completely comfortable. And we want you to be aware of the procedures and processes that we take to ensure a safe, knowledgeable experience as you travel to and from our camp location. So we will be handling a lot of our communications via email. And one of those things you will receive by email is an airport graphic and description guide for the youth to know what to expect when they arrive. Youth will be traveling to Jacksonville Airport, and then we will travel from there to camp. What this means is most youth will most likely have to have a layover flight, so please keep that in mind as you're preparing youth, or youth as you prepare to travel, that you will probably fly into Atlanta or another major airport, and then your last leg will actually be going on to Jacksonville Airport. So it's important to be prepared. You will receive an email from Miss Marilyn or I that has your airline ticket confirmation. We use several different airlines, so please check this email for accuracy. Make sure you understand it. If there's any questions or errors, please let us know as soon as possible so we can fix that. Again, UGA will be handling all coordination, so you do not need to go and buy your own ticket. UGA will do that. If you do not need to fly to get to Jekyll Island 4-H Center, maybe you live a little close to there, or maybe you've planned a family vacation, you want to leave, drop your child off, I don't know. But if you are planning on doing a drop-off, you can drop off at the Jacksonville Airport or at camp. If you plan to do that, we just ask that you communicate directly with a UGA staff member. For the majority of youth, you guys will be traveling by airplane, which is great. And so just so you know, we will be greeting you all in kind of the atrium area at the Jacksonville Airport. There's lots of different, it's like a circle area where you walk out of, but we will be outside of the security zone. So when you walk out, you'll see some adult leaders, most likely in matching t-shirts, so that we're really easily spotted. And from there, we'll take you to go get your baggage. If you haven't ate lunch, we'll help make sure you get some lunch. And then we'll kind of corral in a certain area with other youth. You'll get to know other folks. And then in groups, we'll depart to camps on a charter bus, which is seen in the picture to your right. It takes about an hour and a half to get from Jacksonville Airport to Jekyll Island. And so you'll have plenty of time to get to know adults and other youth members as you travel. Resources. There are plenty of resources to make you feel more confident and comfortable as you travel. One of the resources we will personally provide is an airport map. We will also make you aware of the airline flight tracker so that you can actually have on-time changes to your flight. A lot of airlines now also have an airline app. And so if anything changes, you'll get text message reminders, or in the app you can check it. And I think that's really beneficial. I went recently on a flight where I was delayed for several hours, and any changes that were made, I always got a notification. So made me feel more comfortable and confident, and I'm sure it would you as well. And then airport flight signs, because you guys most likely will be doing some layover flights, make sure that once you get off your flight that you confirm before walking to the next terminal that the terminal that your flight is leaving from has not changed. And an easy way to do that is with the airport flight signs, as well as, of course, your airline app as well. Communication. We do communicate generally with youth directly on travel days and leading up to camp. We only use our communication with youth for travel purposes or planning purposes, and it is not given out to any other individuals other than the UGA staff member who needs it. However, if you would not like us to have the youth members' contact information, that is completely fine, and we can plan to communicate directly and only with parents or the guardian of that youth member. The job of the youth member, once they do arrive, whether they have a phone or not, we do ask that the youth member be in charge of contacting their family, letting them know they have arrived safely. This helps UGA staff make sure that parents are aware, but not having us take on another task in that day, as we will be taking on about 120 or so folks in one day in one airport. So it is a lot for us to coordinate. So youth members, you're going to take on that independence and that leadership role and responsibility to communicate with your family, letting them know they've arrived. And then if you do not have a phone, no worries, or if you plan not to bring your phone with you, you can use a UGA staff member's phone to communicate back home. And if you are having a hard time making your way through the airport, please communicate with an airport employee for assistance. And if you have our number written down, you can also use different resources throughout the airport to be able to communicate with us as well. Emergency while at camp, parents, please call Jekyll camp office line directly, 8 to 5. That's their phone number right there. If you cannot reach us, you can reach us through that phone line. Our Google Voice number, while we're on camp, will also be available to you guys to use. And my personal cell phone number was also provided to you at the beginning of this presentation in case all other numbers are not, you cannot reach any of us through. The camp facility does have cabins and bathrooms. The facility is very new. The camp went through a remodel and is a state-of-art, I think, facility. So here's a sample layout. We have large cabins, a 32-bed cabin. We actually have a larger cabin than that, but they are bunk bed styles. The camp here at Jekyll has the youth members in a room with their own bunk beds and their own bathrooms. And if you'll notice, right here is an adult leader room, and here as well. And then the middle of that is kind of like a common area where you can hang out and enjoy time and things of that nature. Here's an actual picture for you to see. So here's, you walk into the cabin. This is that hangout area. There's awesome cubbies here that you can store your luggage. This is an example of a bed. Youth members will share bunk beds, so you could be on top or on the bottom bunk. This is a picture of the bathroom, a very big bathroom area with multiple sinks, toilets, and showers. And this is an example of the showering area. The camp facility around camp, again, this is a completely remodeled center and managed by the Jekyll Island Authority. This is our main campus area. This is where educational classes are going to occur. This is where our herpetology and marine lab is located, as well as our auditorium. This is the inside picture of the dining hall. This is our boardwalk that leads directly to a beach. Beautiful beach here on Jekyll Island. We will be spending definitely some time enjoying it. We'll do some night walks and some beach swims here. This is an overview picture of the camp facility. This is the cabins, some green space, different opportunities to have fun and enjoy. There's a basketball, volleyball court, and over here are some large soccer fields that we'll take use of as well. Fun places around camp, I always like to know, where can I have fun if I'm going somewhere? And so right here is our herpetology lab. You'll notice that this young lady is holding a turtle. We also have snakes and different reptiles. This is just a picture of youth enjoying the beach. This is the soccer field. One of the days we'll actually have a huge kind of Olympic competition against color crews. When you're at Jekyll, you will actually be separated into different color crews, and it's a fun competition. We do, depending on when you're here and the need, we do take on sea turtles and help rehab them as needed. And so this is a picture of some 4-H'ers. I'm actually saying hello to the sea turtle. This is a pavilion. We have different pavilions with picnic tables. The main focus of this is that color crew. So we take a lot of pride in our color crews. There's black, purple, I think pink, yellow, blue. And so you'll be designated a different color. This is a picture of our basketball court on site. And I would also like to highlight some of the different adventure activities that you're going to be able to participate in. We do take youth to Cumberland Island. This is a pristine island off of the coast of Georgia. It's a barrier island. It's very unique. I encourage you to learn a little bit more about it before you come. There's actually wild horses that roam this island. And so we're going to take some time on the island to actually learn about the ecosystem. We're going to see some buildings that have been there for a long time that are in ruin. We're going to do some beach time, learn about the marine life out there as well. Another fun day is Summer Waves, which is located on Jekyll Island. You'll see right here just different slides. They have a lazy river, wave pool. We're going to go there for a couple hours. It's a small water park, but in the heat of the summer, it's a great place to go cool off and have fun. And it's just real casual atmosphere for you to enjoy and to get to know other military teams. We're also going to take you to Driftwood Beach, which is a really unique thing going on. You'll see lots of basically bones, if you will, of trees. You'll have to see it for yourself, and I'm going to let the counselors kind of explain a little bit about what's going on at Driftwood Beach. But those are some of our fun adventure activities. Camper classes, what's going to be going on at this camp. Maritime Forest, you will actually be able to learn about at Cumberland Island. Beach ecology, learning about what is in the ocean and the ecosystem there. Marsh ecology is going to be occurring at Cumberland Island as well. Herpetology, the study of reptiles. Bicycling class, one of the all-time favorites of the Jekyll camp, in my opinion. And that's just biking the island, enjoying the natural areas around. Leadership lessons will be occurring. We got some fun classes planned for you guys that are going to help lead you to be better leaders or to inform you on different skill sets. We're going to do a seining and nets class. You'll actually have the opportunity to catch different wildlife out in the ocean, or marine life rather. And we're also going to be doing a boat tour, which you can see here. A lot of times you're going to be able to catch different crabs, shrimp, see dolphins in the distance, and is another all-time favorite of campers. The camp schedule here at Jekyll does change regularly and daily. Just to give you a basic rundown though, our days are going to be starting a little bit later than some of our camps that we offer. We're going to be doing optional PT at 7 in the morning on certain days. Always we'll be doing a flag raising ceremony followed by breakfast. And then throughout the day, you'll notice that you have color crew times. Those are those when you're separated into different groups, the pink, the black, the green groups. You'll be doing some team building games in there as well as preparing for the day. Voyages refer to different classes. So in one day, you might be doing 3 voyages, but you'll notice on Thursday that you have no voyages, and that's because you'll be actually spending your day at Cumberland Island, and that takes up the bulk of the day. So again, they do change. We are going to make sure that you, of course, get some beach swim time in. You'll notice that's happening on Monday. We enjoy having night rec, night dances. And then generally speaking, our day is going to conclude around 11 p.m. when we get our lights out. So we do try to pack in as much fun as possible. I do want to spend a little bit of time with you guys going over the code of conduct. And this code of conduct pertains to adults and youth, as well as myself as well. So we're going to make sure that we follow certain behaviors while at camp. And we do expect you to attend sessions. So just because you might not want to go to beach ecology doesn't mean you can actually just hang out in your class. So if you don't go to class, we're going to come knock on your cabin door and tell you you need to go. And that's not because we're overbearing or anything like that, but that's because we know you're going to enjoy the class, and we want you to be able to fully participate in all camp activities and opportunities to gain as much experience as possible. We also expect you to dress appropriately. No tube tops or spaghetti straps are allowed, and also underwear should be not seen. Use appropriate language and respect others. You may not behave in a manner that affects others in a negative way, and you may not access inappropriate websites or materials via technology or bring inappropriate items with you to camp. Consequences of the above or other misbehaviors is considered a breach of the code of conduct and must be reported. An incident form will be filled out, which is a UGA form, and that makes sure that we know what's been going on at our camps and that we follow certain procedures. And certain courses of actions will require different policies to be adhered. The code of conduct, the law enforcement and legal action required, we do take this very seriously. We are governed by the University of Georgia, as this is a University of Georgia campus. So we follow the University of Georgia police legal action, and they will be the ones who we call. So possession or use of illegal drugs is not allowed. Marijuana is illegal in Georgia and not allowed at our camp and will not be promoted. Possession or use of a weapon is not allowed. Assault or harassment and inappropriate sexual behavior is also not allowed. This is not a full list of the code of conduct. However, it does provide you with some ideas of expectations and consequences that we do expect and will follow. If you have any questions about what I covered today, I encourage you to reach out to me and I'll be happy to discuss. We do ask that when you receive the application packet, that you read it fully, and then parent and youth will sign that form, and then that will be one of the forms that you actually submit back to the University of Georgia. Pictures. Great question. I want to make sure you guys are aware of that adult leaders will all be tasked with taking pictures. In this day and age, we have cell phones as adults. We'll snap those pictures. Some of our adults also bring really nice cameras to really capture some really great moments. So what we will do is make sure that these are downloaded onto a website, and we'll give you access to those so that when camp is over, you guys can reflect and enjoy camp pictures and talk about all that you guys did. You could create a photo album from the resources if you wanted to, post on social media. The pictures are your resource to always have those camp memories. We'll make sure that they're there. However, if you, as a youth participant or as a parent, do not want your picture taken of your child, or as a member, you can note that onto the code of conduct at the very top of the page. Just say no pictures allowed, and we'll make sure to adhere to that and will not post any pictures of your child. Spending money. A lot of this can be asked, and they just want to know, how much should I send with my camper? And it really depends on the family and the camper. I was never one to spend a lot of money at camp. I would be considered frugal, if you will. But if you enjoy having a snack in the afternoon, or you want to have a camp t-shirt or something like that, you can see the list of prices estimated for you on the left-hand side of this screen. Jekyll Island, we will be taking a trip kind of to a downtown shopping area that has like ice cream and small different shops with sunglasses and t-shirts. We will also be going to the water park that has like a concession there. And Cumberland Island also has like a little island store. So you might want to bring $10 to $20 there as well if you would like. Baggage fees are not a part of the the fees covered. So if you can, make sure to bring $25 per flight, or go ahead and pay for your baggage fees up front once you get your ticket confirmation. And then travel lunch money, $10 per meal, is my suggestion for you. But if you like to have a little bit more snack money, it's really up to you. But these are kind of when you might have access to different canteens or concessions or souvenir type of items. And we will be providing a per diem for youth participants. So you will be actually getting some support post-camp on different expenses. So your member, our plan currently is that they'll bring home a check, and that will help you out. So we want to make sure that money is not an issue or standing in your way. And again, we do cover all lodging fees, activity fees, and your travel expenses. So if you have questions on anything that's funded related, again, you're always welcome to contact us, and we'll be happy to explain it further. Camper mail, we will be handing out camper mail daily to participants. We love giving out mail. It's super fun for us. The youth love getting mail. My plan right now is to have 2 different ways for you to be able to send mail. One of those is by actual snail mail. And so you can send letters or packages. We just ask that you not send any food or candy to participants so we can help eliminate any bug issues that could occur. My goal is to set up a type of electronic email so that you guys can send campers emails. I will keep you all posted if you are one of our campers that are selected, and walk you through the process on how that's going to occur. But I just want you to be aware of those 2 opportunities that we are hoping to have for our camping session. I've already mentioned it slightly to you all, but again, we are still in need of volunteers. So if you are interested in being a volunteer at one of our camps, or if you know of someone who is above the age of 21, who is a responsible person who enjoys working with teens, please feel free to communicate our email address to them, to give them our Georgia 4-H Military Camp webpage so that they can receive any information they want. But I would be happy to speak to anybody interested about these opportunities. I feel that sometimes we as adults gain just as much, if not more, from volunteer experiences here at the 4-H Beach Classic or Beach or one of our classic camps. So make sure that if you're interested, you go ahead and get the extra information. If you're not interested, completely fine. And youth members, we understand that sometimes you might not want your parent to come with you to camp. So make sure you tell them if you would or would not want them there. We like to have a mixture of military spouses, active duty, reservists. Anybody is welcome as long as they are able to pass our background screening and our risk management training. So thank you so much for hearing that little bit of a volunteer shout out. But also thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope that you gained some knowledge about what our camp opportunity at the beach is going to look like. And we hope to see you there. And thank you so much for your time.